What is going on, guys? I am Chad from the Red Half of Sheffield. If this is your first time tuning in, and today I guess I'm going to be on a solo mission. Uh, as you guys know, Noah, who usually does the other half of the streams with me, is having computer issues at the moment, so he won't be joining us, or he might pop in later in the show. But welcome everybody that is watching around the world. So today the Blades go away to mighty Cardiff City, and you know, let's take a look at the lineup and see what we have here. I'm not very thrilled by this lineup, guys. It's a different lineup. There's some different players in there. Ollie Arblaster gets his first league start of his young career, um, highlighted by two goalkeepers on the bench. So McBurney misses out, and I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Because to me, this looks like a lineup and a team that is just trying to limp to the World Cup break. And based on the result against Rotherham uh, last Tuesday, you know it. We just don't look like a side that are going for any points today. It looks like we're at the best we're going to get a draw, or we're playing for a draw. I mean, we've got Sharp starting up front, and he hasn't shown anything. He hasn't done anything. He's coming in cameos all year, and everybody knows it. I mean, I love Billy Sharp with the every end of my heart, but I think it's the game's finally caught up to him, and I don't know. I just don't see us getting any goals. We're going to have to, rely on our star man, who is this one game too many? Is this a game where we ask too much of an Illman and die? And now with his World Cup call up, is this something that it's he's looking to Qatar, and he might not put out a full effort. So it's something that we'll have to see, and we'll have to watch as the game goes on. But I really don't see it. I think we're just going to have to hope for a clean sheet. And the big miss, not even in the starting 11 or on the bench, Ahmed Hadzic out. And as Scott said, yeah, he was fit. He said in the pre-match press conference he was fit to go, but I was just reading online. I think In Good Nick tweeted this out. Said McBurney said he was good to play, and then he was out at a late night boxing match, I believe is what the exact quote was. So he was probably up late night partying. I mean, you would have liked to think this was a game that he wanted to play in. He said in the pre-match, press conference, that he was looking forward to playing against Cardiff. So I don't know. This is really a head scratcher, and I mean, I'd like to agree with you, George. This is a filler squad for sure. I mean, yeah, this is the last game for what, less than a month. I don't. Yeah, today's what, the 13th, 12th, 13th of November. Yeah, it's the 12th. So we have we got like 28 days until the next game. I mean, I would have figured we would have put our strongest side up out there. And we Robinson's been questionable at the back over the last couple of weeks. And I don't know. I just don't. What are your guys' thoughts on this lineup? We'll drop them in the comments, chat row. Let's get chat row rolling through. Um, and I think we have them. I think we have them. Let's bring them in, Mister Noah Snyder. Oh God, I didn't want to have to talk to myself for 2 hours. Oh, I think he froze. Yes, his computer went down again. So hopefully he'll be back. That's what we've been getting for the whole first half hour of him trying to get logged in. But yeah, it's glad to see the boys are the Sheff United away boys. Yes, we do love Chad. And yeah, it's I don't know, guys. Drop your score predictions in chat row, and let's see if we're positive, if we're negative. Where do you guys feel today? Because right now, I could see this being a boring 0-0 draw. I mean, like, I'm talking like one of the most boring games probably we'll play all season. And a couple of weeks ago, or even, I mean, yeah, even a couple of weeks ago when we were banging in goals left and right, I mean, we were an exciting team. Yeah, we were conceding goals on the other end, but we were also scoring them. And now it's kind of like the goals have dried up. No McBurney. We're gonna have to, like I said earlier, we're gonna have to rely on and die to probably pull us out of the fire. I will agree with Scott again. Sharp doesn't do it for me anymore. I mean, we do have Kadra in there. He's got a goal, but he's been so hit or miss. And with this side, you would have liked to think that he is could fit into this side, but I don't really know what the gaffer's got going on in his mind. If he's thinking, all right, we'll just try and limp this one to the line and then get everybody back, after the World Cup, or get the cavalry back in uh, after the World Cup, and in the real season begins at our first game back at Huddersfield. I don't know. It's just a weird situation, and we're gonna have to see what happens. But I'm not optimistic about today. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know how Kadra doesn't get in. And if you've listened to my podcast, Red Half of Sheffield, y- I said if we're just gonna roll him on the bench, we might as well just send him back to Brighton in January, because there's really no reason for him. If he's just gonna come off the bench for cameo appearances, really nothing. There's really nothing he can do. I mean, he's not gonna improve his game for us by sitting on the bench and having 15, 20 minute cameos. And then the game that he was whipped off in about the 30th minute because he was playing so bad, it just doesn't make any sense. So I don't I don't really get Ashley. She's got us losing 2-0 to, ugh, God, I hope it's not 2-0. Oh man. Um but I mean, I could see it, because if you look at the Cardiff City lineup, there is a familiar right now. His name is crossing right there, crossing right across the bottom. Callum Robinson with a day with a start up front for the Bluebirds. So you like to think he's going to try and get a goal against his former side, and he's going to make us pay for it. So let's hopefully we can keep him off the sheet. And Cardiff, they're not a bad side, but they're you know they're just kind of a middle of the road side. They sit 18th, so they're almost in a relegation fight, but they're just kind of middle of the road. They've won 7, drawn 3, and lost 10. So, and they conceded 24 goals. So, I would like to think if we can, have somebody that's going to score goals, I would like to think that we can bag one or two and hopefully win, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel optimistic. And here's Noah. Yes, technical difficulties keeping him from joining. Um, yeah. I mean, you would like to think, but obviously, Hecky sees something in training that we don't see, and there's a reason why he's on the bench. Sharif says, and yeah. I mean, hopefully, he's got to be the guy that basically carries the team. And I hate to say that he's going to have to shoulder the burden. And the one thing, you know, he is a blade, but he's also, as I talked about prior, got that call up for Senegal in the World Cup. So, you know, I don't want him to get hurt and miss out. He's so young, and this is going to be his first World Cup. I don't want him to miss out on that opportunity and not be able to, uh, go to Qatar and maybe put himself on notice to the rest of the world and be like, "Hey, come bag me for 100 million," because I wouldn't let him go for less than 100 million. But that's just me. Ashley again might not be in top form. Yeah, see, I mean, I'm in agreement. We might see him pull out of some tackles today and not go fully into a tackle because he doesn't want to risk going over on his ankle, pulling a hamstring. So I mean, if I was him, I'd almost coast through this game. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, I'm not feeling optimistic today. I don't have a partner in crime to talk, so I'm just talking to you guys. So let's keep the chat going. So I feel like we have some sort of back and forth. Uh, ooh, yeah, I know, Scott. I'm agreeing. We got Amissa and Davies on the bench. Um, two keepers. I'm not really sure why he did that. We've got other youth players we could put on the bench and fill at least one more spot. So, and Jonathan doesn't have no chance today. Uh, and then I mean, you got like this comment. A win today, yeah. I mean, as bad as I'm sound right now, with this lineup, yeah. I mean, we can hope for a draw tomorrow between Burnley and Blackburn, and we win, we're top. So, mm, yeah, professional teams to name. Mm, yeah, I we can't blame this one on injuries. We cannot, Scott. We can't blame this one on injuries. I think it's just something that Hecky was just like, screw it. I'll just put him out there. And if you guys are just joining us, the Blades team's rolling across the bottom. Yes, I'm going to be on a solo mission. So if you want to listen to Kermit the Frog for the next about 2 hours, strap in. It's going to be a fun one. Hopefully, it's not a dull one. Hopefully, I can bring you guys a enthralling game. Let's see like a 4-3 or a 3-3 or something like that. Lots of goals on because this is going to be the last time we're going to see the Blades. And based on the team and the result that we got at midweek against Rotherham, who golly, Rotherham fans are just going absolutely nuts you think they've won the the league by beating. I think they've beat us Wednesday, Barnsley, and someone else. And so they are like they're considering themselves class of Yorkshire. So that's a little hard pill to swallow. But they hadn't beaten us at Bramall Lane in God knows how long. I forget what the year was, but yeah, it's been a long, long time. So Scott, man, mm, I don't 3-0 loss. Oh boy, if we lose 3-0, that's we're gonna have a long month break to sit and ponder over that one. And Hecky's definitely gonna have to do something because honestly, if we were to suffer a loss like that, the heat's got to be turned up on him for just we're losing games against sides we should be going and beating. And I just don't feel like we're doing that. Like the Rotherham side, we should have won that game, and we weren't even anywhere close to winning that. That was one of the flattest performances I've seen us play. We never looked like we were going to score. So hopefully, Hecky has fired the boys up, and they've got fire in them, and they come out and bag. Let's see 3 goals, and man, former. Oh, yeah, I know. That's Scott. I'm in agreement with you. Callum Robinson starting for the Bluebirds. So you like to think that he's gonna go. It's the curse of letting the fellow Blade go away and getting a goal as always. And Jonathan with a random question. I don't even know. I wasn't even a big fan of the Spice Girls to begin with. I was younger when they were at the peak of their stardom, but whatever one married David Beckham. I'd fancy her. But yeah. So guys, if quick reminder, if you haven't done so and you're just chilling in chat row, go ahead and follow the Chef United Way. And if you haven't listened to my podcast, mine and Noah's podcast, who usually does these watch alongs, just our podcast is is Red Half of Sheffield, and oh, we might be able to get Captain Costa in. I'm trying to line up people to come in and help in any way possible. So he might make a second half appearance if Noah can't get his technical difficulties. But as I was saying, go and listen to our Red Half of Sheffield podcast, Two American Blades. You know, we're trying to get more followers and more listens every episode. We record basically after every game, but we didn't want to record after Rotherham because there was no reason to. We wouldn't. It would have been like a 5-minute review. Yeah, we sucked, and on to Cardiff City. But yeah, thanks for following along, guys, and we're gonna try and patchwork this thing together, and we'll have fun. Yeah, I mean, Scott's right with Arblaster getting his first, start, his first full debut for the Blades. Uh, yeah, big shoes, big shoes. Doyle definitely not even in the side with Doyle, and I don't even think Fleck's in the side either. Yeah, so two big misses. We saw Fleck go off injured against Rotherham at midweek. So, you know, let's see. Maybe he, sneaks in a goal. I'd like to see that, but uh, if I had to put a score prediction with about 13 minutes to go before we kick off, I'm gonna go 0-0, guys. I'm just not confident, and I don't think Ndai wants to shoulder the entire load. I don't think he wants to, get himself injured with such a big stage looming ahead for the youngster. I mean, and I can't blame him. And this is what sucks about having a World Cup in the middle of the season is I don't, it doesn't make any sense why we have, this just shows that FIFA and the money can control everything, and it's the most corrupt business in the whole world because we have all these big players going down left and right, and not it's going to be almost like a diluted World Cup because there's some big names that are probably going to miss out due to injury. Just look at R&D. He had so high hopes going into this, was going to be in the Welsh squad, and he pulled up, and now he's done. He's out. So if you like to think that this would have been in the summer, he probably would have made the squad and played and had a good World Cup. Oh, some more sure predictions. Yep, negative like me. Scott 2-0 Cardiff. Oh man. Yep. I'm in agreement with you here too, Elaine. 2 goalies on the bench. What's the point of that? Yep. I think the reason why Usula hasn't been recalled from Derby is I think we sent him out to get experience in a different league. And I watched Derby's FA Cup game last weekend, and he scored a goal and Derby won. And so it looks like he's brimming with confidence. But I don't think Hecky wants to recall him. I think they want to leave him out on loan for the rest of the season and see where he ends up at the end of the season and bring him back for his side or for our side and let him feature next year. But if we are good enough and get promoted, I think he'll be, loaned out to a team in the championship next year to get almost kind of like 1 year behind us, so that if we stay in the Prem and then we go up into the Prem and then we get relegated, Osula has all that experience in the championship of playing 1 year, and then he could almost fit into our side and be, what we've all thought Brewster could be. And without the injuries. So I'm curious to see what happens for that youngster. I mean, he's got a bright future. I just hope we hold on to him, and hope somebody doesn't come in and swoop in and take him away. But yeah, I don't. It's very crazy. Scott, ooh, yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. Jackie Longthrow has been making mistake after mistake, and it has really showed, that he is not the same as he was last year. And it's almost like the same thing can be echoed about Bash. You know, Everybody's clamoring for Bash to come in, and then when he came back into the side last year, when Hecky uh, put him back in the side, he looked like a world beater. Then he got hurt, and then he hasn't looked the same. And it's kind of the same thing with Jackie Longthrow. He just doesn't look like he fits in the side anymore. And it looks like almost like the game at this league has caught up with him because he's making. We sure as we sure as hell can't have him on our side if we go up next year because he just get torched. Those opposing attacking sides on the opposing team will just tear that whole side apart. So Scott, yeah, curse of the former Blade. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping Dale that he gets after it and he wants to put on a good showing for the traveling Blades fans in Wales today. Hopefully, he goes and gets a goal. If we do get a goal, I think he's the one that's going to score it. I don't see it coming from anywhere else. But yeah, I just think I'm still going 0-0, a drab affair. Maybe Cardiff 1-0 if they're up for it. I'm in the same boat for you with you, Jonathan. No one cares about the World Cup. Okay, Scott, I have horrid feeling, but yeah, that possibly that's what I'm thinking as well. I think this is where if Ndiaye can show out for Senegal in the World Cup, come the summer, the price tag could be pretty hefty, and there could be a lot of teams in for him. And I mean, because there's a lot of people that don't know about this undiscovered talent that has, you know, if we didn't, we hell, no one in this chat would even know about him if we didn't sign him to a deal and then bring him in. I believe it was before Fulham when he came in and had an instant impact when he went and got that goal. So I don't know. I mean, I want the best for the kid because he's got a bright future. I don't think it's with the Blades though. I mean, obviously it's probably going to be some team with Champions League aspirations because to me he looks like a player that would flourish in that type, environment with the bright lights on him. So only time will tell. Uh, yeah, I mean that there's a positive spin by Scott Kelly. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would be inclined to agree with you because we're just kind of almost like, all right, this is the side, this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get us to the international break, and so be it. The real season starts, in my opinion. I've said this numerous times after the World Cup. Chris is going with a 1-1 draw. Okay, at least you have goals in yours. I don't have any goals in mine. Yeah, yeah, the playoff curse again. Elaine goes with 1-0 either way. I could see that. That more favoring Cardiff if they get a goal. But, you know, if we do start on the front foot and, go and get an early goal, this could change the game and we could go and win this one and maybe run out 2-0 winners. That's a tough question. I would say it looks like it. I think he has. I think he has one more year left on his contract, so I think he might see it out, and then, ride off into the sunset. Adios, see ya, bye, bye. So, um, yeah, I think especially if we get promoted, I think it might be his last. He'll just be like, all right, I'm going to retire, and he could have a goal that clinches us automatic promotion and we go up, and that's kind of like his swan song. See you later. Thanks for everything. But I don't know. We'll see where he ends up at the end of the season. Mm, yeah, you might be right. You might be right, Scott. They might come in and swoop in for him in January. But if we want hopes of going up, we've got to keep him. And with Sandy Barge being hurt, um, yeah, and Dyes aren't probably our only our best besides McBurney, our best attacking player. Yeah, no, McBurney is gutting. He's probably hung over this morning. Probably didn't make the trip with the boys. Obviously, he didn't because he's not on the bench. But yeah, it's just it's tough not to see the guy that's been bagging all the goals not in the side. Yeah, always up for Cardiff. Yeah, McBurney. Yeah, that's why I thought in the press conference, I thought for sure he'd be in the side, and he would just you know like to go get a goal because this is the first time that he's had a chance to face him since he's come to the Blades in good form. And I would have liked to. I had him tipped for a goal. Coming into this game and him not being in the side, it really sucks. Yeah, I mean, I could see Billy going, as player coach somewhere, maybe put him in the youth academy at the Blades and let him, you know like grow the youth of Sheff United, and maybe someday I don't know. I couldn't take Sharp getting the first team manager job and then inevitably getting sacked because, as we all know, nothing lasts forever. So at some point he'd fall off the wagon, and then we'd have to sack him. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he definitely is showing his age this year. Yeah, Scott, if you can put a Blades shirt on, let's get you up front. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I'd have to agree with you, David. Ugh. Yeah, I hope not because he seems to just oh man, yeah. Robinson loves the own goals, and no, yeah, they I don't understand. He sat down for the pre-match press conference and said he was fine in match fit, and then yeah, I think as you weren't in this earlier, Noah, he in good Nick said something on Twitter. He said he was fine to play, and then he shows up at a boxing match, probably half in the bag as I would, because you probably aren't going to play today. So I mean, oh, let's see what this side has. All right, the teams are out at the Cardiff City Stadium. The Blades look like they're going to be defending where the traveling Blades are, and we are attacking towards the Cardiff City fans. Of course, the two teams, as it is Veterans Weekend and Remembrance Day yesterday, and if there's any veterans in the chat, let us know. Thank you for your service. We're going to have a moment of silence. Then they're going to call the bugle, and we will be underway shortly. The Blades are out. Cardiff are out. They're just kicking the ball about, laying the wreath at the center circle. We just did the handshakes and flipped the coin, and we will be underway shortly. I think the teams are gathering around the center circle, arm in arm, and we will pay our respects with a moment of silence before we get this one underway. Again, guys, like the video, subscribe to the Sheff United Way, and listen to my podcast if most of you guys in this chat haven't. Red Half of Sheffield, we record and release an episode every week, or in our case, if we played terrible against Rotherham, we didn't feel like doing one because there was nothing to say. But yeah, if you guys haven't given it a listen, give it a listen. So yeah, as they are now playing. The bugle is playing and showing shots of the Cardiff City fans. And yeah, if you guys want to drop your score predictions real quick before the match gets underway, because if the game starts and you drop your score predictions, I'm not going to count them because it doesn't count after the whistle has blown to start the game. And also drop in the chat where you're listening and watching from around the world. Because as I told everybody this morning in my household, I'm on the way to entertain the world, and that's what I love doing every Saturday. And for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, just smash that like button, and if you want to, if you're feeling up for it, you can leave a donation of any amount if you want to. If you want to, it helps us run the website and pay for all the stuff behind the scenes, and it just helps us out in the end because this stuff is expensive. Noah, 1-1 draw for me. At least he sees goals. I don't. The Blades 3-1. I'll take that every day. Tim, yep, I'm in agreement with you. I think it's a 0-0 draw. If I had to guess, if I had to have a game with at least one goal, I think it's 1-0 Cardiff. But I'm hoping just take the points and get it out. Get out. Oh, okay. More optimistic. No, more optimistic. 2-0 win for the Blades. I could see that. I'm hopefully. Simon 2-0 defeat. Oh. Yep. Okay. The Blades. Yeah, he was. Yeah, last time he was playing Fortnite. Okay. All right. Cool. So whoa, man, Jonathan, all the way in Australia, 1-0 Blades. I'll take it. I will take it. And if you're just joining us, we're getting ready to get underway. They're doing the Remembrance Day ceremony, and now they have just cleared everybody off the pitch, or the military personnel off the pitch. They're grabbing the wreaths, and we will be underway, I would say, in the next 2 minutes. Pretty good crowd at the Cardiff City Stadium. I mean, a pretty decent showing by the Bluebirds faithful, and they haven't panned to see the Blades away support, but I would imagine a full away end as always when we go away. So Scott, it will run through us. I hope you're wrong, but I'm kind of in agreement with you. But I haven't watched much of Cardiff this year, so I can't give an honest opinion on, are they going to play us off the pitch and just absolutely drub us? So, for everybody in the chat, it is getting time to go, and we are about to be underway, and it is kickoff. So Cardiff started with the ball, and they are going from left to right, and it's out for a Cardiff throw on the left-hand side. We're 17 seconds into this one, so if sorry for the one-on-one commentary if I am trying to piece it together here. I'll try to do the best to keep you guys advised of what is going on. But yeah, it's all the way back to the goalkeeper Allsop for Cardiff City, and they play it down the right-hand side, working a little bit, and it falls to the Blades, but we can't get it under control, and now the Blades have it. It's on the foot of Ndai over to Sharp, and Sharp being old and out of it, he loses the ball, gives it to Cardiff, and they give it away straight away back to the Blades. And then it's ping-ponged out for a Cardiff City throw-in on the left-hand side. And I think they just threw it out of play from a throw-in. So the Blades throw it in. It's back to Wes, and we are going to work it to the left-hand side to Stevens. Down the left-hand side, we're trying. It's almost like we're trying to lump the ball forward, but we don't have any size up front. So the ball is going to fall to Cardiff City, and they play it back to their goalkeeper, Allsop, and he comes out and bowls it out to the left hand side. So early in the game right now, it looks like Cardiff's going to try and work down that left hand side and try and poke and prod because they haven't moved off the left hand side. Now, commentators curse as they switch up play. It is played down the right hand side all the way back to Wesley in goal, and the Blades are going to reset. So it's kind of even start, kind of a feeling out phase right now. Um, Cardiff was offside, so we're going to take a free kick in our own end, right in front of Wes's box, and we lump it up to Ndai, who is playing almost like the McBurney role and trying to head it down, and it falls to Cardiff, but they boot it out of play for a Blades throw on our left-hand side. Looks like Enda Stevens is going to take it. And no, that's Jackie Longthrow took the long throw in and threw it immediately to a Cardiff player. And so they win it, and they are on the front foot. They try to play it on over the top. The Cardiff City player is offsides, so they rolls right to Wesley. And the Blades come again from the back. But we look very sluggish. We look very sluggish right now, and we can't. Cardiff are coming in with a lot of press. They're pressing us a lot, and we are clearly can't make a pass to save our lives right now. And so it just went out of play for a Cardiff throw. And they're taking their throws really quick, getting the ball back into play, but it's all the way back to Wesley in goal. And he's going to start it again. I'm surprised. We've tried lumping it forward, and now we're playing it on the floor. And then we try to lump it up forward to Ndai, and it's out for a Blades throw in on the right-hand side in Cardiff City territory. And we're playing on the right-hand side, and we're going to play it all the way back to West and goal because there's nothing going on. Yep, no target man right there. I agree with you, Noah. No target man. Long kicks up the pitch. Yeah, I would be inclined to agree with you, Tim. It depends on if we score. I like us to go on and win. Obviously, but if they score, it's probably just going to be them taking their time wasting, and trying to play for a 1-0 win. Blades do have the ball. We're trying to work it in the midfield, and the ball is on Norwood's foot now, and he gets taken out. Referee plays advantage. That surely is going to be a yellow card, and we are going to go all the way back over to Egan has the ball right now, and he plays it over to Jackie Longthrow. We're going to try and work it up our left-hand side and die in the floor, so he must have got dragged down, and Cardiff have the ball again. They cycle it back to Allsop, and the Bluebirds are going to hoof it all the way down the pitch, and it's won by Egan, a header, but all the way back to Cardiff. And if this is anything to come, this is going to be a drab affair. Both teams just are lumping it forward and playing it back to the other side, so there's really nothing going on. Yeah, this is Cardiff gets on the end of it, and they're in the box, and we don't have men marking them. We're just kind of in there marking ourselves, and Cardiff haven't. Did that go out? Callum Robinson's. He had a go, but it went wide, and it almost looked like it was going to be they were acting like it was like a corner kick, but it was a goal kick to the Blades, and we're going to work the ball down the right-hand side here. A little bit of speed, and it goes out for a throw in just on the other side of the halfway line. A throw into the Blades. We really haven't been on the front foot. It's been an even start in both sides, but it's just It's almost like a feeling out process. 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock as we can try and lump it forward, but that will go out for a Cardiff free. Is it a goal kick? They're trying to get the ball back. Apparently, we're only playing with one ball, but it'll be a throw into Cardiff, and they throw it right out of play, and the Blades have a throw in inside Cardiff half. And let's see if we can get anything from this. Is Jackie Longthrow going to take this throw in? It's Baldock over there on the right hand side. He throws it in, and Baldock's going to cross the ball in looking for Bill, but Allsop comes out and cleans it up, and Cardiff will come again. So a little bit of an attacking prowess from the Blades there, but not really showing much early in this one, And so Cardiff back on the ball again. They're just kicking around at the back. They lump it forward, and the Blades win the ball. And then we try to play it off the Cardiff player, and it falls to Cardiff, but then it falls back to the Blades, and we give it back to Wes, and he hoofs it forward. Now we're in the midfield, and here we go down the left-hand side into Stevens on the ball now. And our blaster getting in space, and it takes a deflection out for a Blades throw in. So, we're starting to turn up the pressure a little bit and starting to, hopefully ask questions of the Cardiff City defense. Jackie Longthrow definitely going to take this one and try and hoof it into the box. Toweling off the ball. John Egan's in there, and he looks like he was going right for John Egan, and he hits a Cardiff player. That was a pretty bad long throw from JLT right there, as the Blades get the ball all the way back with Wes, and we are going to cycle it again. It looks like we're trying to, play through Cardiff's defense because they're playing a higher back line, and there's so much space between their goalkeeper and their back line that if we can thread the ball through, we might be able to, get in on goal and score because they have that much room between the goalkeeper and their back line. So let's see if we can break their back line down and, get an early goal. But guys, like I said, leading up to this, I don't feel very confident. Cardiff have a throw in down the right-hand side, about right on the edge of parallel to the edge of the box is where the throw in will be. The throw in comes in. Callum Robinson is getting a lot of touches right now. Cardiff are certainly playing through him, through the ex-Blade, but it's ping-ponged around. The Blades have it now, and Dye on the ball, but he gives it away softly. Cardiff have the ball and kind of almost have us pinned in our own half as now it's back to their back line, and they have a bit of space here. They try to be a little tricky in the box and give a back heel to Callum Robinson. It doesn't work, and here come the Blades almost on the counter. Our blaster on the ball now. He's out wide in Dye, and Dye trying to work the ball over to Stevens now. Up the left-hand side come the Blades. The Bluebirds get back, retreating in numbers, and so the Blades slow down the press, and we still have the ball. The ball comes in, and it was an inviting ball to Baldock, but it was just out of reach of him, and it goes out for a Bluebirds goal kick. So 10 minutes and 48 seconds on my clock. Yes, I forgot to start the clock at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, we're on 10 minutes and 55 seconds now. If you guys want to pause and sync up with me so we don't get too excited and I know a goal before you guys do, or vice versa. So the goal kick goes, and it comes in, and the Blades win it, but then it's immediately given away, and it is cycled back to Cardiff's goalkeeper Allsop at the back. He's playing around with it a little bit. Somebody might be down for an injury. Yep, and Jackie Long throw down with an injury, and that brings a halt to play. So that does not look good. The medical staff out. Looks like he's grabbing his hamstring or his thigh. I don't really know. It was a weird, awkward landing for Jackie Long throw, and as he immediately comes down, he grabs for his hamstring. So they're stretching him right now. The medical team is stretching him. He almost looks like he's on the training table having a nice stretch. He's reaching towards the back of his hamstring, so he's probably done his hamstring. I don't see anybody right now warming up for the Blades. Oh, Kieran Clark is coming. Looks like he's going to make an appearance. So Jackie Longthrow will be coming off for Kieran Clark, the guy that was only supposed to be out for a week and ended up missing better part of 3 or 4 months of the season. He'll come in for Jackie Longthrow, and it's almost a like for like swap here. We're going to miss out on the long throw ability. Oh man, you just can't make this. You can't make this up anymore. I mean, the injury list grows ever further. Yeah, see Jackie Longthrow hopefully against Huddersfield when we return after the World Cup. Yeah, Chris, it looks like another hamstring. It does. He grabbed for it. He's walking off fine, but his head's down and clearly he's upset he's not going to be able to play this one. Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely cursed with injuries. If we don't go up, this is going to be what quote unquote hamstrings us is the injury. Um, yeah, Kieran. Here's the change now. Jackie Longthrow for Kieran Clark, and let's see if Kieran Clark, who hasn't had much time in the Blades back line, can do for the Blades. He hopefully he doesn't do another injury because he didn't have the proper amount of time to warm up. But we are back underway now. Cardiff just kind of lackadaisical, just kicking around in the back. They're trying to work the ball down the left-hand side like they have done the entire match, and it goes out for a Blades throw in just inside the Cardiff half. So there'll be certainly some added on time at the end of the first half. We're on 14 minutes and 18 seconds. Blades have the ball back with Foderingham. He is going to hoof this one all the way forward to look for McBurney / Sharp, and Sharp's too small to get onto it. But it does fall down to Osborne, and now the ball's at Ndai's feet on the edge of the box. He's going to work it towards Norwood. Norwood's going to play it out to Baldock on the right-hand side. Baldock is going to look to cross, and we're going to work the wall back to Norwood. And is that our blaster with a move? I can't see. The whole thing is the camera's so far away at the Cardiff City Stadium that you can't really see who the players are on the other side of the pitch. And with us playing down the right-hand side, it's so hard to see. But we lose the ball, and Cardiff come up the left-hand side and cross the ball over to the right-hand side. And now they're back working it back up the left-hand side, and here come Cardiff on the ball. Inside the Blades half, Callum Robinson tries to flick the ball on, back to Wes. And the boring game continues. And we're only 15 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. The Blades on the ball. We're going to work it to Oz, our blaster. And we're going to work it out of the back. And Cardiff win the ball back with the Blades giving the ball away in the midfield. Norwood goes in with a nice tackle, wins the ball back for the Blades, and we are going to pass it all the way back to the keeper, I would imagine. Nope. We go as far as John Egan, and he gets the ball to Ollie Norwood, who gives it to Benno over to Stevens, and Steven puts in a half-hearted cross, a low-lining cross, and Allsop is there to clean it up. So here come the Bluebirds again. As I feel like I'm a record on repeat. Oh, they started up the left-hand side. Now they're going to work it on the right-hand side. They said, we know Chad's calling this game by himself today, so we're going to give him the commentator's curse every time. So Cardiff worked the ball into to the Blades half, and the Blades clear it out for a Cardiff City throw in just inside the Blades half. Jack, I'm not really sure what was it his hamstring? I don't remember what Jackie Longthrow's injury was off the top of my head. I can't remember. But yeah, it's certainly not good for everyone at Sheffield United. You've got to think that oh, here we go. I'm going to get bailed out. I'm going to have some help. Everybody, welcome in Captain Costa. Thanks for bailing
Hello.
out, buddy. My voice is right now. My mouth is dry.
I know. I tuned in. I was like scarfing down a bagel sandwich just now, and I saw Jackie Longthrow go down with the injury. I saw you were doing the watch along solo, and I'm like, this is my moment. I'm coming off the bench. Kieran Clark and I are going to win this game for us. Like,
Yep.
Let's go.
There you go. There you go. Glad to have you. And you haven't missed much aside from the Jackie Longthrow injury is probably the biggest event that's happened so far. It's kind of been as you alluded to, you were watching the game, but it's been a flat affair to start. You know, it hasn't really. It's not one for the neutrals, as they say.
Absolutely, yeah. And no, and apologies if my voice has got to get in tune now too. There's a whole set of warm ups I normally do. I woke up like 10 minutes before the match started. Like yesterday was Veterans Day here in the U.S., so it was like free food all day. I was in a food coma last night. It was crazy. Maybe a couple drinks, but we're here. We're pushing through.
Just pull it through. And yes, I can't thank you enough for joining us. And as we return to action, Cardiff just had a little bit of a cross in the box that was cleared out by the Blades. And if you want to take over from now, Captain Costa, you can do the commentary, and I will add the color when I need to.
There you go. That's it. I just hit 19 minutes, so I don't know if I'm a few seconds ahead or behind of you. But it does look like Cardiff City still has the ball on the left-hand side of the pitch, trying to work it their way around. And a nice cross into the box misses the Cardiff players, and looks like Kieran Clark was able to get ahead to that. And Enda Stevens lumps it long, and Jai trying to play that off the bounce, but the Cardiff City defender pushes him off, and it goes out for a throw.
Yeah, I mean, you will find out as the game goes on. It's really hard to pick out the players because, as you can tell, the camera is super. Like when they go way across the pitch, you can't. It's really hard to figure out who they are.
About to say in Kunku. That's the other part. I didn't practice these names yet.
Yeah, and Kunku, I don't know how to say his name.
Yep, as Cardiff City does progress the ball into the Blades half with number 47, Callum Robinson. Frosty Tops, as always, passes it out wide to number 11, and just barely keeps it in play. Allows Sheffield United a little bit of time to recover, and Enda Stevens does well not to foul and does win the ball back. So United can push now up the field.
Yeah, I mean, we really haven't had any chances, and Cardiff look like they're almost the better side right now. I mean, they certainly look like they're growing into the game more than the Blades are at the moment.
Yeah, it looked like there've been a few chances where Cardiff's been able to get the ball into the box, looking somewhat dangerous, and the Blades have yet to do that. But now, and a wayward pass. Ollie Arblaster and Billy Sharp almost on the same page. A nice through ball, but Billy was turning over the wrong shoulder there. And so the keeper for Cardiff able to scoop that one up pretty cleanly.
Yeah. Ooh, man. Yeah, okay. So Sid said JLT's last injury was his knee. I couldn't for the life of me remember what Jackie Longthrow's last injury was. And now it's a hamstring.
Yep. And it looked like I was like just turning it on then. Was it a little bit of a contact, did it look like, or was
He
he
it
went up for
almost
it?
when he came down, he came down in an awkward like a they went in for he went in to win the ball and he came down and it was like a weird landing, honestly.
Hmm. Ooh, and a low cross from Callum Robinson, and Wes just able to sneak out a grab there. The ball gets past Basham, past Egan, and Wes at his near post is able to collect it before the Cardiff City players run through. And here's a ball over the top for Billy Sharp. One touch takes it down into the defender. Ball bounces off of his heel. However, the flag appears to be up for offsides. Um, but good look there.
Yeah, I mean, probably our best attacking chance yet, but Bill was caught off sides. But see, Cardiff, as I was alluding to earlier, Cardiff was playing such a high line. So
Mm,
where their goalkeeper is, I think we're gonna try and play more direct. And I think Noah said it in the chat. Um, yeah, we're trying to play direct, but we're missing McBurney, man. We are missing McBurney. This is the game for him, man. This screams
absolutely.
out.
Yep. Yep. He's a great target man, someone who you can get the ball to. He's got, as he's shown this year, not just the size and the head to knock balls down, but like actually a good amount of control when he's on form,
Mhm.
and can kind of keep the ball where we need to in the attacking third. And then, play off passes to Njai or other attacking midfielders making runs. So, but yeah, Billy Sharp, pretty decent at it too. He can definitely hold the ball up. It's just a matter of if he needs to get the ball. And with a little bit less stature and a little bit less pace in his legs as the years have gone on, that role I think gets a little tougher and tougher for him.
Yeah, and as I alluded to in the lead up to this game, I just think this league and in this game has caught up to him this year. I think this year really is the year that you clearly have seen the game kind of catch up to him. He
Hmm.
looks slower. So his age is starting to show. And I hate to say that because I love him so much, but it's just one of those deals where I think it's time to start phasing El Capitan out and
Yeah.
getting some
Almost,
more
almost
youthful in
same
there.
same could be almost said for Chris Basham,
Yep.
despite the fact that we've had our defensive injury woes, which is why he's gotten some more game time than Billy Sharp. But the two of them definitely have lost a step this year, in my
No,
opinion.
for sure. For sure.
So Blades with the ball, working from a throw in, passes between Njai, Osborne, and Blaster. It looks like now going back to Kieran Clark and Norwood on the back line near the halfway line here. And yeah, coming up on 25 minutes. Again, not too much has happened so far in the match other than the substitution. As we are looking here, ooh, pass
Yeah.
crossing the field, but Cardiff is able to collect that. And now Callum Robinson making the run forward. He has a pass to a runner out wide to the left-hand side, approaching the box. Now coming back up to the top of the box. Late runner through their own legs, little nutbag there. And Basham does well to step in and prevent any further crosses coming in.
Yeah, I just think, honestly, I just think this game's going to finish 0-0. I mean, we're going to have both sides are going to have their chances, but I don't think either side are going to score because
Yeah,
none of these sides look like they're like. I mean, Cardiff looked like the more prized team to score right now, but the blades just kind of look blunt,
yeah,
the blunted blades. But
yep.
and I didn't have anybody to bounce this off of. Do you think this lineup that we put out as we have
That's
a
it.
chance? Whew,
Yep, Billy Sharp cross just gets tipped over by a Cardiff City defender head, so Ndai is not able to get on that end of that one. But again, a little dangerous here.
yeah, we're starting to as I say that we're starting to apply a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, and Stevens cross is skied high, but it
Ooh.
makes its way to Norwood on the edge of the box, who finds Billy Sharp and he puts it back in the mixer. But alas, it is out for another Blades throw about 6 yards from the corner flag. But no, definitely on the lineup. This is, you can tell the injuries going into the World Cup break two schools of thought here. We have a big break. Let's play everybody, even if they're not fully fit. Or, hey, we have a big break. Let's start resting everybody to give them an extra week.
Yep.
And clearly, depending, each situation's been different, but we're definitely going with more rest for players. As the ball is hit long, not anywhere near the goal by John Egan. As Hal likes to say, if he thinks he's scoring from there, he's reading comics.
Yeah, I mean, it's that. I mean, surely he was just having a go because we haven't had any sort of effort on target. But it's like from that far out, no. I mean,
Yeah.
it was. You can see it was tailing away the entire time when he took the shot.
Yeah, maybe if you'd been able to, I don't know, get some sort of deflection or a little bit of an extra odd bounce, right idea, but unfortunately none of that happened. It just shot straight off to the side.
Yeah, right.
So, and here's another ball forward, and Jai taking the rebound off the back of Billy Sharp's head, looking for another pass as multiple Cardiff City defenders crowd him out. The ball eventually finds its way to Enda Stevens, who passes up to Ben Osborne from the left-hand side. Billy lets it run through, and Jai can't get on the end of it, and it's back now to Norwood, who passes straight into the box. It looks like that might have been Kieran Clark making an extra run up there. But now it is Cardiff City with the ball working down their left-hand side, far side of the pitch here, and they now recycle it back to the near side. And from the edge of the box, a chip cross in. Egan gets a head up, and a shot goes over the bar.
That was a decent spell of play by both sides. I mean, and Dye looks up for this game, and I didn't. That was the biggest thing leading into this game with the World Cup call up for Senegal. Is this a game where he comes in and doesn't want to get hurt, doesn't want to go in for chances and challenges, almost kind of like cruise through this game, be like, all right, see you guys in a month. I'll be back. But, obviously by taking it, he took on 3 defenders at that last attacking chance, and, he looks up for the game. So hopefully he gets us a goal.
Yep. And maybe he's, trying to say one more little advertisement for himself. Hey, coach, I'm in form right now.
Yeah,
try to get a goal, try to get an assist, right? Maybe get some extra minutes off the bench than he would otherwise. So, but right now it is the Blades with the ball from a throw in on their right-hand side. Norwood doing a little pass around to the back. Kieran Clark lumping it up to George Baldock, who finds Ollie Arp-Blaster, trying to make some linking passes here. Norwood with a decent cross into the box is headed away, but only as far as Enda Stevens. And now Kieran Clark on the ball, passes out wide to Osborne, making a run, but it looks like Romeo has stepped in for Cardiff City. And now Callum Robinson on the goal side of John Egan collects the ball and does pass out wide to Harris.
Yeah, it's oh no, this is going to be an attacking. It looked more dangerous than it is now. They're just kind of holding the ball. They don't.
Yep.
They kind of
working their way on the edge of the box here. Passes in, but to no one. But Egan's effort only gets out to the next Cardiff City player, who does try a long shot that goes a few feet wide of Wes's net. Not ever challenging him there.
No. If I was Wes, this would be one of those shots where I would just dive for. If that ball curves the other way, that goes in. That was closer than it looked.
I say a few feet. That might
have
been a few inches.
Yeah, that just missed the post. Wow.
Okay. Wow. I was too nonchalant about that.
Yeah. From the angle that we see until they showed it from behind the goal, it looked like it was, like you said, a few feet wide. No, that was probably 3 inches away from the post.
Yeah, and Wes was not moving. He was glued to his spot.
Yep.
So if that was, 1 foot further into the net, easy goal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but luckily for us, it did not go in, and the Blades have the ball with Billy Sharp on the left-hand side. Looking for that pass, goes into Osborne, back out to Norwood, who passes up to Enda Stevens. First time cross in, and Cardiff City's heads meet that first.
I tell you what, man, Ollie Norwood is doing good things, man. He is doing really good things for this side.
Absolutely. Another long pass out to Enda Stevens, who's going to be looking for another cross. Instead, passes short to Osborne on the edge of the box. Now back out to Norwood. And you can definitely feel the lack of height in the box when you don't have McBurney. Some of these
Yep.
headers, crosses that are going in would be easily won by him that Njai and Billy Sharp can't
Yeah.
ever have a good chance of winning.
We're hopefully this is a commentator's curse, but it doesn't look like we're going to score from a headed goal today because the size of Carter's back line, they could just man mark and jump up and head the ball
Yep.
because their sheer height is bigger than Ndai and Sharp.
Yeah. Ali Arblaster has the ball taken off of him. Looked to be maybe a foul, but the ref does not give anything here as Cardiff City once again in the edge of the box. Heads go up and another chance. Callum
That
Robinson
man again.
heading the ball just wide of the net. Again, West was not going to be able to save that if he could get that on target. A great little pass here from the end line, a cross back into the box, and Callum Robinson, the only one who was able to get up high enough to head that, and it almost paid off for him.
Kieran Clark, I don't really know what that was. That was like a half-hearted jump kick thing. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, almost more like my presence will put you off.
Yeah, right.
Than, like try to win the head myself.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep. So again, it looks like Cardiff City, the more dangerous side, the more likely to score, but the Blades have created some chances as of late. This game definitely opening up into both teams letting the other get the ball out wide, crossing into the box, and it's a matter of which defense cracks first at this point.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably it. It's an open game. It's end to end.
Yep. Ball out wide. George Baldock is just a half step too late to it, and it had rolled out for a throw before he gets there.
That doesn't count. That's BS. That should be. This is the last game before the break. There should be no out of play. Everything should be. You should just be able to go. There's no touch line. There's no out of bounds. There's no nothing. It's just everything's in fair play today.
Yep. Paul Heckenbottom on the sideline, giving some instructions to the lads as Chris Basham waits to take this throw.
The one thing I did notice is Kieran Clark. I don't know if he's comfortable in that overlapping position, getting further forward. It's weird because Cardiff have come down every time they've attacked. They've come down the left-hand side. And I wonder if that is the reason why Bash isn't going forward because they need him back and further in like more defense. Because it's weird to see Kieran Clark forward and Bash not coming forward as we're so used to seeing.
Definitely. Yeah, it's been odd so far, but given where the like you said, where Cardiff's attacking has been coming from, it just lends itself to him making more runs than Bash.
Mm-hmm.
As a cross comes in, West gets a finger to it and does push it past the two Cardiff City players attacking the ball at the far post. It now is being recycled by Callum Robinson. A shot, this one well wide.
Yeah, this one is well wide.
From number 37, Nkunku, the left back for Cardiff City. A dangerous cross here, but Wes backtracking all the way. It looks like he was just able to get a fingertip to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do look awful. Egan, yeah, it's Scott. I mean, I agree with you this week. Yeah, it's gonna this one. It's gonna be a busy training table. There's gonna be a lot of injured bodies on that training table. And you're gonna like to think that United are probably over the break. United are probably gonna have because we're only losing 2 players to the World Cup. We're probably gonna schedule some friendlies behind closed doors. For the month off. I don't think they're just gonna let the players keep training and obviously get healthy, but they're probably because we come back earlier than everybody else. I think we're just going to schedule as it gets closer. We're going to schedule some behind closed doors friendlies, get the side back to how we should be playing, and then continue on. We'll probably get the rest of the team hurt in the warm up friendlies before the game or the season restarts.
Definitely. And then I've definitely heard also that some of the international teams who aren't in the World Cup might also play a few friendlies before the World Cup starts. So as a close cross inside the box from number 11, O'Dowda, is headed out for a corner kick here for Cardiff City.
Is it
And I think
is
it's
is number 2 Romeo or Romeo?
I'll let you decide. I said both earlier, and I neither sounded right.
There's no, what is that, ampersand or whatever over
Yeah,
his,
the little accents on
yeah.
top. Yep.
Yeah, so it looks like Romeo. I don't know. It might be Romeo. We never know.
Yep. I think this is the first corner of the game.
Yes, I believe so.
And it is delivered in with the in swinger, and it goes over everybody's head.
It kind of sums up the game right there. Oh man, build up, but nothing in the end. It just goes.
Yeah, number 23 for Cardiff City, Kipre,
Yeah.
is the one who was closest to that, jumping over Egan, and but could not get ahead to it. So it rolls out for a United goal kick. And the ball played up now.
Just
Billy couldn't get to it, but it was close enough that they had to put it out for a throw in for the Blades, about in line with the edge of the penalty area.
oh yeah, I mean, I thought we played it over the top and went out of play. Noah's, yeah, that's, yeah, an ampersand. I'd see. I don't know. Is it a tilde? It's on my. It's
Tilde's the like wavy one, right?
Oh yeah, I
Accent.
guess.
It's just which direction does the accent tilt? But it's
Yeah,
the straight line. It makes
yeah.
I took French, so their accent makes it sound different, but like other languages use the same accent to create different sounds anyway. So
Yeah.
not knowing what his ethnicity is for Romeo, or Kipre or Kipri.
Let's call him Romeo.
Romeo?
Yeah, Romeo. Romeo. Oh, Romeo.
Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
I mean, honestly, this is more interesting than what's going on in this game right now. Us talking about foreign languages.
Good times as the Blades. Oh, foul there on George Baldock. Tried a little 1-2 with our blaster, and number 29 Harris just puts a step in there, and immediately the foul is called.
We do have a free kick from a dangerous area, and I think this is our most dangerous spell of the game right here. I mean, and we're almost 40 minutes. We just went past. I'm on 39:15 now, and this is probably our most dangerous spell of the game.
Yeah, I would agree. Yep, as Norwood looks like he's going to be standing over this one, and Jai was out there near him with the ball, but now is making a slow jog into the box. We do have a little bit of height with Clark and Egan and Stevens and Basham all in there. So it's interesting to see, without Anel, without McBurney, who is able to get ahead to this ball as it now comes in from Ollie Norwood, going to the far post. John Egan gets ahead up there, but it's a weak header, and the second head was a Cardiff City player who forces it out. We're now at the edge of the box trying to get it back in, but City now lumps it long. No one has yet to control it until Enda Stevens now putting it out for a Cardiff through.
This is so bland of a game. I mean, there is absolutely we clearly don't have any height in the box, as we alluded to. But then when the cross comes in, Egan plays it in, and he doesn't even. There wasn't, basically, we should have just said, "Here you go, Cardiff, have the ball back."
Right.
We're not going to do anything with it. Oh man, something's got to change. But then you look at the bench. We could put one of the two goalkeepers we have in the game, which I'd be okay with. We'll put him as an outfield player, or we could take one of the players off and then put. Is there a rule against having two goalkeepers in net?
Probably. I think there is a one goalkeeper rule. I don't know if like in hockey you can play without a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
but
empty net.
Yeah, I doubt they'll let you do two. Now, if you wanted a goalkeeper without the ability to use his hands, standing in front of the goal the whole time, that's how you could get two. But then he's, hands
Yeah,
behind his back.
they'd have to tie his hands up. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it really wouldn't make any sense.
So, but now looking at the bench, I mean, it's a bench, and there's no people on it.
A bench. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's two names that probably will feature, McAtee and Kadra. I mean, I would imagine so at some point. Those are the only two. Sashdev might come in. I don't know. It depends on how, obviously how we've played now. We don't look like we're going to go get a goal right now. So it looks like it's going to be, we're playing for a draw right now.
Yep,
So do we even make any changes? Do we just run this team out for 90 minutes?
certainly. And yeah, Blade's trying to link some passes together here. Eventually, our blaster misses George Baldock, and Cardiff City is able to collect that ball and progress it forward. Looks like O'Dowda now passing. Oh, and a little deflection puts the ball right into Harris's path, but luckily a gaggle of Blade's defenders is able to step in and take that ball off of him. A long ball forward, and Jai not going to be able to get onto it, but maybe put some pressure on the Cardiff back line here.
I mean, in honestly, bringing in, the likes of Kadra and McAtee, what is maybe the link up play gets better, but I mean, the link up play from the midfield to the front two haven't been bad. We just don't have anybody to help and die. I mean, Billy's just out there basically just taking up space for the most part, trying to win fouls.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're playing with kind of 10 guys.
Yep. As Enda Stevens working his way into the box, tries to pass it to the far side of the box to likely George Baldock out there, but the Cardiff City players step in and prevent that cross from happening, and now they are lumping it forward, but no runner there, so Wes can collect this one easily.
I see what Enda's trying to do here. I like that. He saw the space and saw the player open on the edge of the box, and just Cardiff got to the ball before we could get it all the way through. But I mean, you like the creativity.
Yeah, definitely. As now looks like George Baldock and Ollie R. Blaster working with Billy Sharp on the far side. They now cycle it to Norwood, Egan, and Clark, who passes it all the way back to Wes. As we approach 44 minutes played, we'll see how much stoppage time there is with the injury to Jack Robinson. But it's looking like not too many more opportunities this first half left for either side.
Can we please get another 10 or 15 minutes of this half? Yeah, this is enthralling. I like this from Scott. I'm 24, sat on the bench watching a 37-year-old at walking pace. I mean, true.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, I don't know. I just think Hecky's just trying to limp us to the break. That's it.
Yeah.
Please,
definitely the early season injury woes have struck again, just as we thought we were getting everybody healthy.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What are we doing here? Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh, how did we not let him score there?
Wow! So just a little recap for the folks at home who can't see this. As before we get to that, and Jai making a run with Billy Sharp, and the pass is gobbled up by four men in blue shirts. And George Baldock making a nice little tackle there, gets the foul. More of an actual like rugby tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow, this bad pass from Bash just stops basically rolling, and number 29 for Cardiff City tries to take it, falls out to Callum Robinson on the edge of the box, who tries to take a shot, and that's blocked. But yeah, Harris here needing to be a little bit quicker. Egan, luckily, actually, it's Egan twice who takes the ball off Harris and gets in the way of Callum Robinson's effort on goal. But yeah, Basham a little bit too light of a touch there with the pass back to Wes, and Wes maybe not thinking it was going to be that light and did not rush out to that as quickly as he needed to.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but I mean, we're lucky not to be down 1-0. Oh boy, here we go.
Absolutely. And
Nope.
here's Callum Robinson,
Oh,
edge of the box. Wow, just over the top of the bar. Um,
yikes! That was
yeah.
yeah. Cardiff have so much more confidence in us, but I mean,
Yep.
our shambles of a back line is holding up. You know, patchwork. What you have of it. Yeah, man, this is really bad.
Yeah. And the interesting thing here is Robinson, every time their wing players are pushing forward and kind of forcing the back line to keep moving back, he stops at the top of the box and he's waiting for a pass back to him to be able to take a long shot or make another pass. And that's really messing with our defenders because they're all moving as that one unit like you're supposed to.
Hmm.
But he, as the striker or the forward, isn't pressing the back line. He's waiting back in the half space. And it's creating a lot of issues right now for us.
Yeah,
Um, so,
it's. Thank God
yeah.
it's halftime.
Yep.
Thank God it is halftime, and I will put up the banner. It is halftime, and you guys honestly aren't missing much. If you're not able to watch the game and you're watching through us, honestly, aside from a couple Cardiff City chances, there really hasn't been much offered from the Blades. Um, yeah, we definitely look second best in this, and we were holding on for dear life there at the end of the first half. And Captain Costa came in to save the day. That was probably the best thing about the first half is Captain Costa coming to the, you know, to save the day. So I didn't have to drown on. You didn't have to listen to Kermit the Frog for 90 minutes describe a game. I felt like I was talking to myself. Although I was having good conversation with Chat Row, yes, Captain Costa coming in at halftime is what the highlight of the first half is for me.
Well, I appreciate that. Obviously, the Blades have not offered too much going forward defensively. Still shaky as always. Uh, yeah, and a lot of folks I'm seeing in the chat right now asking questions. Is Hecky, making the right calls with the lineups, with the team selection? Is he putting the right players on the bench, making the right substitutions during these games? I think part of it has to be like the injury bug. And
Yeah.
does Hecky have everybody available that he would like to? Um, on our day, the lineup kind of speaks for itself this season, and Hecky hasn't had to make any tough decisions. But as folks get injured, as the Blades, maybe go down in a match or something, or aren't playing well, we have to see what he can do with what he can affect, making substitutions, giving good team talks. And I honestly think, that performance against Burnley in the second half, that was Hecky. Whatever he said in the locker room, he
Yeah.
got everybody fired up. So I am not, Hecky out. He's not going to get us promoted. That's not the tune I'm going to sing.
No.
Um, I think he's the right guy. It's just there are too many injuries right now for even him to handle.
So,
So
I'm in agreement with you. I mean, in Jack asked in the chat. I mean, we got what Sandy Barge. I don't know if McBurney's out.
yeah,
Who
there
else?
was
You got
there was
Jackie Long throws out now. Brewster's out now. Doyle's out. I mean,
Yep,
just
those are big names there, like that were potential starters. You've still got Max Lowe
yeah,
out as
Maxwell.
a left wing back, Reece Dorrington Davies, who unfortunately is probably missing, his first real chance at a World Cup for Wales, and who knows the next time Wales is going to be back.
Hmm.
Real unfortunate for him due to his long-term injury. On the other side, of the defense, Anel. We don't know what exactly his injury is. It's probably something more minor.
Yeah.
But then you also have Jaden Bogle
Hmm.
at right wing. So we've named at least like another starting five back line
Yeah.
that's out injured. That some of those players would be in the first choice back line. And then working your way through the midfield, you had already mentioned Fleck and
Yeah. Fleck,
Doyle
yeah.
and Berga. That's a starting three right there if you want. Up front, Brewster and McBurney, that's a starting two. So we're missing what could be said, A/B starting 11
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
injured right now.
And honestly, Davies missed some time at the beginning, so there's the goalkeeper. I mean, we only got him back about 5 or 6 games ago. So I
Yeah,
mean,
luckily just in time for Wes to get tackled down, or he tackled someone, or whatever
yeah,
that whole situation was, to get the red card and a 3-match ban. But um, yeah, so definitely the injury bug, I think, is on full display right now.
yep,
But there's definitely something else off with this match, and especially with Rotherham, because we had a much stronger side against Rotherham midweek,
yeah,
and this looks very similar to that, where we just don't look good.
yeah. And Jack making light of it too in the chat. McBurney's dealing with a hernia too. He's due to have
Yeah,
surgery, I think tomorrow or Monday, and you know, so no guarantees that he's going to be back for
definitely.
Huddersfield after the break. So hopefully everything goes well with his surgery and he's able to rehab and start again fresh
Right.
with Huddersfield after the break.
Yeah, so we'll see what that ankle injury is. Word on the street is he may have been seen in a boot of some variety at a boxing match last night. So
It was probably fake. He just wanted to go out and get hammered and watch some boxing. He's like, screw it. We still got plenty. We still got half the season left. I'll help the boys after the World Cup. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just this team could be so good and could be miles better than the whole entire league, but
mhm,
for some reason it's the United way, that it's the Chef United way. See what I did there? That we find a way to screw it up. And that's where we end up lacking and getting pulled back to the pack.
mhm, yep. So as we're sitting here halftime, a lot of folks making some good comments in the chat. Let us know what you would change so far in this match. Obviously, we've already had to make one substitution, bringing Kieran Clark on for Jack Robinson, who went down with what appears to be a hamstring injury early on in the match. But what other changes would you make? Any at halftime? Any in the second half? Chad and I have already mentioned Rita Kadra and James McAtee seem to be the only two regular options that we have been used to seeing so far. But maybe you do make another change. Maybe Brooks or Sachdev comes on. So give us your thoughts in the chat right now.
Yeah. That's why I scrolled the team up there. Obviously, I didn't make the change for Robinson and Clark, but I mean, you look at the bench, you really only have three players that are going to make a substitute appearance: Sashdev, McAtee, and Kadra.
Mhm.
So, are those the players that come in? Are McAtee and Kadra the ones that come in the side? I don't know. It depends on how attacking Hecky wants to be.
Right.
Because the
Definitely.
the link up play between Sharp and Dye clearly isn't there. It's not. They don't have the link up play because they haven't played. And to be honest, and I is more used to playing with McBurney instead of Sharp up front, and I think it's that pace thing that Ndai is trying to register, because McBurney has much more pace than Sharp,
Right.
so it's clearly throwing the chemistry off.
Yeah. I could see personally, a decent comment here from Scott Kelly. McAtee a little bit too lightweight. We've definitely seen that in some of his appearances this season, just kind of being shoved off the ball way too easily.
Mhm.
And as we've already pointed out, Cardiff City has a lot more height in their defensive line than our attackers have. So do you add an even smaller guy up there to try to influence the game, influence the attack through that attacking midfield area? I don't know. I don't know if that works, but I do think Kadra can provide something off the bench. Last 30 minutes or so, you get him making wide runs. He's going to be faster than anybody on the field, basically. And so if you get him the ball, what can he do? Who can he find a pass for in the box? And then ideally, they're caught so off guard that the height disadvantage doesn't become as much of a factor.
Yeah.
That's how I'd like to go. A different type of outlet pass, kind of what we're trying to do with Billy Sharp, except Kadra actually has the pace to get on the end of one of those. So that's the big change I think I'd make, but I wouldn't make it right at halftime. I'd probably give it another 10, 15 minutes and
No,
then take Sharp off.
yeah, that's the whole deal is does the captain, you know, stay out there for the entire 90? I mean, I don't think he does, but you also got to think we don't really have any more striker, and Billy's good for throwing his arse out there and
Yeah.
getting a foul, but the whole thing is you know, I keep thinking that there might be a penalty in this, and since the Blades don't have anybody that can score a penalty, I mean,
Mm,
maybe Bill stays out there, but other than that,
that's
I'd take
fair.
it. I'd take him off. I
Yeah. I
mean,
mean, you do have Norwood. Norwood's, the number 2 penalty taker behind
yeah,
Billy. So I wouldn't be upset if Norwood had to take a penalty. As long as Kadra doesn't take it.
yeah, Kadra and
Little plug back to last season where he misses one at the lane. Granted, everybody misses penalties at the lane.
yeah, we
That's
can't
just a
even
thing
score him.
now.
Yeah, we can't even score at the lane on a
Yeah.
penalty. But yeah, Dublin Blade, he had. This is coming from a guy that actually had the surgery, had an operation, 2 weeks off of work, light duty. Yeah, it should be fine. So hopefully everything goes okay and he's back. But my question for you is, Robert, have you ever heard an athlete that's had surgery that the surgery hasn't gone well? Can we
Yes.
lump Jack Robinson or Jack O'Connell in that? That's another name we forgot in our injury crisis.
Yeah, technically,
Um,
yeah.
Jack O'Connell had surgery and apparently it didn't go well. I don't know. It was handled the right way by the United backroom staff at the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very obvious example for Sheffield United and for Blades fans everywhere. As we know, Jack O'Connell, that could have been, was it the surgery? Was it the recovery timeline? Was it, being rushed back too fast? Who knows on that one? But he's clearly missed multiple seasons now with one injury. So any of our other players, if we're trying to rush them back too fast, too quickly, the same kind of thing could happen. I mean, my wife, she had an ACL surgery in high school and rushed back to try to finish her senior year of basketball as one of the team captains. And long term, that has forced her to have a second ACL replacement.
Yeah.
Only 5 years later, because that first one, not only was it not a great surgery, but the recovery timeline. There's the two factors there, to where you have to now go in and clean up the first mistakes and kind of damage done early on that have settled, and now you go and try to make it right long term. So who knows which players have had that kind of rushed timeline or a slightly less optimal surgery, when it comes to the performance of the surgeon. And that's not necessarily something that the team as a whole can control. Obviously, the surgeries are done by, medical professionals,
Mm-hmm.
but the timeline, that recovery part, the team has to take ownership for.
Yep.
And, we don't want more Jack O'Connells and that experience. You want other, the correct timeline, everybody taking their time with recovery. And I think the World Cup break, ideally, gets us that timeline for more players, forces
Yes.
us not to have to rush as many people back, and cause more long-term damage or, short-term kind of niggly little injuries here and there during that recovery process.
Yeah. The one weird thing I just noticed as we're about to wrap up this halftime and get the second half on our way. Blades are out early, and they didn't look like they did any warm up. So I wonder if that's on the side of the training staff saying, "Hey, uh, we're just gonna send you guys out there and nobody warm up, just kind of do brief stretches and roll on with it." But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm going through the scores around the ground in the championship. Bristol City, Watford nil, Cardiff City, Blades nil, Coventry 1, QPR nil, Huddersfield and Swansea are 0-0, Reading and Hull 1-1. Luton, after losing their manager to Southampton this week, 0. Rotherham 1. The Canaries lead Middlesbrough 1-0. There's goals in Preston and Millwall 2-2. West Brom leads Stoke 1-0, and Wigan are losing at home to Blackpool 1-0. As it looks like we're getting ready to start the second half there, Captain Costa.
Yeah, Cardiff City definitely taking their time getting out of the locker room. The Blades have been out for at least a minute or two before they got out, but they are making their way onto the pitch now. And if you can see just at the bottom of the screen, I was checking the numbers, it looks like James McAtee will be coming on for Sheffield United. Not yet know who he's coming on for, but from a quick glance, I did see Osborne out there. I imagine Norwood's out there as well, so it might be Ollie R. Blaster being taken off for James McAtee. As I'm just waiting for the fourth official took his time.
You're right. 30 for 28.
Yep, so that is R. Blaster off, McAtee on. So one of, you could say, the two likely second half substitutions being made here at halftime. I would argue probably part of that reason is you only have the 3 opportunities to make substitutions. So why waste one? If you're going to make it anyways, might as well just do it right now at the half. So McAtee on, waiting to kick the ball off, and he does. So the second half is underway. If you want to get synced up with us, we're at 45:05 right now. We'll give you another time hack in a few minutes.
I put the clock up there, and it might be a few seconds off.
There we go.
I forgot it in the first half, and I put the clock up there. We are just maybe about, give or take, 3 or 4 seconds off, but nonetheless, I got the clock up there, and it's running.
There you go. So if you're trying to line yourself up, as McAtee intercepts a pass here, does not find the pass to Billy Sharp, number 19 there for Cardiff City. There is no number 19. Whatever guy that was did a really nice job of stepping in.
But McAtee, I don't know. He just looked out of sorts there. We should have did better than that. We should have did better than that.
It was a big mistake from Cardiff, and McAtee did really well to step in and intercept that pass. And it was basically a 3-on-2, 3-on-1, you could argue, and just could not find the pass through.
They're not going to show the goal opportunity, our best probably chance that came to nothing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Jack just oh, boy. There's a not good. Not good. Hernia and an ankle. Oh, boy. Oh, no. That's not good.
Yep. And the ball played up long for Baldock. Crosses it in. And Jai and a few Cardiff players going for it. And Cardiff does eventually clear it.
We've certainly come out of the half the better side, it looks like, right now.
Yep, definitely on the front foot now with McAtee on the close side on the right. Ben Osborne getting a pass from Norwood, turns, looks, and keeper and defender both trying to go for that one. I think either would have had it, but the defender ends up putting it up around for a corner for the Blades. So we are on 47-15. So about in line with the timer. Just add 45 minutes to it and you'll be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, Blades are getting ready for their first corner of the match. We did have a free kick from a corner-like position earlier. As Egan free in the back with a header, nobody there, and it goes off of Kipre's back. It should be another corner, as it looks like everybody just readjusting there. But he had nobody near him. And Cardiff City, luckily, able to just jump in front of that one. But that was the right idea.
It was the right idea. And, obviously, Egan can never head anything into goal. He just heads it off the Cardiff player, and we go again. But, I mean, I like how we look coming out in the second half here. I mean, we look a completely different, almost like it's a changed side, more energy. And I wonder if that's where Hecky was like, okay, we got through it's almost like probably, obviously, I sound dumb for saying this, a tale of two halves where Heck, he might have been like, hey, let's go a little bit more conservative in the first half, get to the second half, and then let's see if we can turn it on.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a strategy last season during the
Oh,
oh
oh man. If he just lets it fall to Egan, they score.
absolutely. Yep. Billy just getting ahead to this cross into the box from, was it McAtee here?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, McAtee. Beautiful ball into the back post. John Egan making the run. He would have beat Callum Robinson to it, but Billy just got a glancing header to it, trying to put it on target himself. And yeah, that's one where John Egan needs to say, I got it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
That's,
let that one go and I'll take care of it.
I mean, yeah, that probably fall. Yeah, I know. I agree with Simon here. Yeah, good defending by Billy. Yeah. Yep. We're trying to score goals, not keep them out.
Yes.
I think Noah might have been right. I think it was Kieran Clark because it didn't look like 10 was there. It looked like Kieran Clark, but still, nonetheless, he was dragged down too. Why don't we make a bigger stick of that? That could have been a pin.
Yep.
Yeah, we
That's it.
looked the better
McAtee
side.
now with
though.
the ball, working top of the box. Low shot. Allsop, the keeper for Cardiff City, is able to collect that one pretty comfortably. But McAtee definitely making some early good impressions in this half.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to see a little bit more, obviously, a little bit more power from the shot, but you know, at least we're starting to test the goalkeeper, and we didn't do that in the first half.
Yeah. Yep, a low left-footed shot from McAtee does get through at least one or two Cardiff City defenders, and Blade's already on the ball again. And Jai on the far side, working his way down the end line. It looks like it should be out for another corner. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, we're gonna have to. One of these is gonna have to go in. Come on, square head, John Egan, bang one in here, and let's get off and running. Okay, I'm tired of being 0-0. I called 0-0 to start the game, but I don't want it.
Yep. Corner in, and just off target from Kieran Clark there. Wow, very, very close to getting it right at the far corner. Again, makes some good distance, gets some good height on the jump, and just redirects it about a foot wide of the back post.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there. I mean, you like to see our big players getting up. I mean, our sizable players. As Robert is sneezing and just make sure it all comes out, buddy. That was a good catch by you to turn your mic off because that would have been kind of epic if you just sneezed right on my.
I have like the mouse hovering right over the mute button. Just go for it. Oh man.
Oh, perfect.
See, I didn't take my decongestants this morning. I had nothing. This was like you're getting raw, Robert here. Like this is.
We had to go to the right-hander out of the bullpen to help close it down here. We needed that. We were getting shelled, and I was like, "All right, we got to get the righty in there. Come on, warm them up. We don't have time. Throw 3 pitches and get them in."
Absolutely. Hey, but we are here with another set piece, a free kick, pretty far outside the box, but Norwood standing over it now into the 53rd minute. Yeah, definitely all Blades so far this half, which is a good sign for us moving forward. Maybe another good halftime pep talk, a good energetic substitution in McAtee so far being able to hang with the bigger, tougher Cardiff City players.
Yeah, hopefully. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the crosses from Norwood have been on point, honestly.
Yep. Another pretty decent one into the box, though it does meet a Cardiff City head first. George Baldock is able to collect and lump one forward, trying to find, it looks like Kieran Clark maybe. And now another lumped ball that Enda Stevens has. And now lands to Njai near the top of the box. A strong foot in from Cardiff City. No foul given as they do win the ball. And now it's O'Dowda running around, eventually passing back to Allsop, the Cardiff City keeper.
I just think Ndai, when he had the ball, he's got to be less selfish
Hmm.
and give the ball away, because who was that? Stevens was running away from that play, and he probably, if he could have got the ball ahead, it probably could have been worked in for maybe a
Right.
cross
Yeah,
further
there
up the
might have been a pass
pitch.
there, but
Yeah,
Njai also can do that. He can take 3 guys on and
that's
retain
true.
possession. So Cardiff City just wasn't afraid to get a foot stuck in there. And luckily for them, they got more of the ball than they got of Njai. So as Billy now retaining possession back towards the halfway line, finds George Baldock on the near side. George stopping his run, passing back to Basham. Basham now in a little bit of space, finding Norwood or McAtee, excuse me. Again, these numbers definitely hard to see
Yeah, they are.
from this camera angle. Ball's now out wide on the left. Enda Stevens crosses in, but can't reach Billy and Ndai in the center of the box. But immediately Blades back on the ball with recycled possession as Osborne, Clark, and Stevens playing a little bit of a passing game here on the left side. Billy now with the ball, trying to find someone, takes a shot, but it is right at the Cardiff City keeper in the center of the goal.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell the entire time when he gets on it, he was going to take the shot. He wasn't going to pass to anyone. I mean, that's just typical Billy being Billy. He just, he was going to take the shot the entire time.
Yep. Found his space at the top of the box, rounded a few players, and all the Blades players who were nearest to him on the field were actually behind him by the time he shot, so he didn't really have a clear passing opportunity anyways. But if he puts that couple feet on either side, he makes the keeper work for that. Good things could happen.
Yeah. Hopefully this is more encouraging. And I mean, we certainly have kept them hemmed in. I think right now, Cardiff are on the ball. This is their first attacking chance of the second half.
Yep. And the ball is skied over. Should be out for a Blades goal kick. And it is. Definitely agree with Noah. Positive positive half so far from the lads. Yep, I like Simon's comment earlier. Waking up a bit, it definitely feels like this team got maybe a little shot of coffee or espresso or something,
Or cocaine.
Okay, just really escalated there. Holy cow!
Or
Coffee,
speed, whatever.
espresso, hard drugs, like
Yes, yeah.
okay.
Something to liven it up a little bit.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah, we definitely do look much improved, and I don't feel as bad and as pessimistic as I did in the first half.
Yep. As Baldock makes a good pass, finding McAtee, and
That signboard's got to be hurting, man. He rifled that shot off that signboard.
I know. Geez, that I think he was aiming for the ankle of Capre for Cardiff City there, trying to lay it off of his opponent, but alas, it went right off the hoarding signs, and goodness, I would not want to be in that area.
Yeah.
Cardiff City now with some space on the far side, working up their right. I think this might be Romeo trying to find a pass into the box, but Norwood does a nice job, slides and gets in the way, and the ball's out for a Cardiff City throw.
Yeah, I mean, Romeo, however you say his name, Romeo. He's looked one of their brighter players.
Yeah, definitely. Only a couple chances this half have come from that right-hand side for Cardiff City. Nothing that they've really done up the middle has worked so far, but they have had a nice little spell of possession here as they find Callum Robinson outside of the box, working their way outside to Romeo, who can't get past. Looks like Enda Stevens again, so far away. Yes, that was Stevens who kicks it out for another Cardiff throw.
Yeah, I'm not going to jump to Wrexham. I'm not jumping to Wrexham. And while we have the minute, do what Noah said right here like the video, subscribe, and if you want to donate to the Chef United Way, you can leave a donation in the box. We need every red cent counts, and to help us run this thing and make everything look as you see it, work flawlessly.
Yeah. Agree.
Looks
Like,
Carter.
comment, subscribe,
Yep.
donate.
And donate. Listen to mine and Noah's podcast, Red Half of Sheffield. Captain Costa, don't know if he'll ever be allowed back because we went on a bad run of form when we had him on. So his days are probably done on that. So
Yeah. And if the form turns around and I'm not on the pod, then I am okay with that. Right.
There you go.
I'll take one for the team.
If you haven't listened to our podcast, give it a listen. It's enjoyable, and we review almost every match except for the Rotherham one because that one sucked.
And little bit of back and forth in the midfield. Neither team really getting a good foothold right now. It looked like Cardiff City might be prepping a substitution. Colwell was getting the kit top on, and the ball is now bounced for. Looks like McAtee trying to make a bit of a run. The ball should have gone out. Yep, off of the Cardiff City player for a Blades throw in. Good effort there from McAtee.
That was a heavy touch on him because I think I think if he would have had a shorter touch, he probably would have been able to get around the Cardiff City defender and beat his man. But the heavy touch, he had to go in for the challenge, and luckily enough, it bounced off the Cardiff player, and we go on.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
And Jai tackled. The free kick is given.
Got to be a yellow card, right? I mean, it's surely accumulations here.
At some point, somebody's going to get a yellow. Although it has not been as chippy or physical of a match so far today. Everything's been pretty tame when there have been fouls called. So.
Yeah, there hasn't been that rough, rash tackle. It's kind of been all, measured.
Yeah. So we're on the 61st minute right now. Norwood and McAtee standing over the ball, and most of the big lads just inside the box. Cardiff playing a bit of a high line here as McAtee steps over. Norwood lumps it in, but too close to the goal as keeper Alsop is able to collect that one. A little bit of a double dribble basketball move there right into the ground.
Yeah, it's that was a poor set piece. Too close. I mean, it looked good coming in, but then the keeper read it and came and got it. So it was easy.
Yep. A little too far out of the box to be able to put that near to the goal. As a ball out wide, and it does not meet Enda Stevens, a little too far forward. So it looks like we now have the substitution for Cardiff City, and it is Colwell coming on for number 29, Harris, up front. So an attacking change, most likely trying to get a little bit more energy in their side, which has not been looking as good in this second half.
Yeah. This is it's good to see that Cardiff want to go for the game. So we're in for what do we got? 28 minutes left. We're in for an enthralling game, I think. I think it's going to go, back and forth, and both teams are going to have a bunch of chances. And you like to think that there's going to be goals in this because, God, this game can't end 0-0.
Yep. Here's a decent shout from Steve as everybody's kind of seeing.
I agree with that.
Maybe there's a change that we can make to add some height to the lineup, get Billy off, put on either Amissa or Davies. Honestly, what a way to advertise yourself to the Welsh coach. Yeah. Adam Davies, go up and score a headed goal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you say, hey, I'm your number one keeper. I'll go up for corners, do the fun stuff like that.
Yeah, if Wales makes it out of what wouldn't that be something? Wales against England to advance to the knockout stage, and Adam Davies, the Welsh coach, is like, we need a striker up front. Adam Davies like, well, I played one at Sheff United in their last game. Put me in, and he scores the goal for them to go to the knockout.
Absolutely. Oh, and Baldock does a great job.
Get in!
There we go.
Get in! Get in out of nothing, too. Get in, 1-0 Blades. Let's go.
Woo,
That was
and that's
nothing.
the pressure there on the edge of the box, right near the end line. It was Baldock. He won the ball. I don't think the defender knew he was there and just takes it, doesn't dink the keeper, rather, nutmegs the keeper right through his legs. And yeah, it's Baldock and McAtee here, both kind of on the edge of the box near the end line. McAtee loses the ball, but Kipre is none the wiser. And what an amazing shot from Baldock.
Yeah.
Right on target, low, quick shot. Keeper can't really do anything about that. And yeah, just sneaks right inside the post. It is 1-0 Sheffield United up on Cardiff City. Gorgeous stuff.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you described it perfectly, but it was kind of out of nothing. The Cardiff defender almost won the ball, and Baldock kind of just like, that's mine, and took it and just ran it, and no one picked him up along the byline and just hammered it in. It was weird. That was a yeah, for sure. It was a goal out of nothing. Now, whew,
Absolutely.
phew. Wow,
Gorgeous
what a-
George with a gorgeous goal. I like that. Baldakapodas. Baldakalopolis.
Oh man,
Like this one from Jack. Grease Lightning. Let's go. Furious George, Simon says. I mean, this is awesome stuff. We love to see it. This is the pessimism, right? We
Yeah.
say, there's nothing in this game. We suck. We need to, get a keeper on for Billy. That's the only way we're going to score. And then,
and it comes out of nothing.
right. And now what? We're top of the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're top of the league. Everybody,
Top of the
everybody
league.
was down so bad right now. Okay, if the whole thing is, I don't think we'll be. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and look it up right now. If Blackburn, ooh,
Good comment there.
yeah,
Definitely one of the more consistent players. Him and Norwood, honestly, been so consistent for us this season.
yeah. I mean, I would agree. Those, at the end of the year, the accolades are probably going to go to all two and die. But second place for the Blades is definitely Norwood and Baldock in a tie. Honestly, they're you can't split them. They've gone under the radar and played quietly the best football on the side. Honestly,
That said, Norwood definitely a little bit more on the in the foreground because of the set pieces and everything like that. But the two of them have been the most positively consistent players for this side. Egan has been consistent, but not always in a good way.
yeah,
I would say, but he's been a great presence consistently for us. And Njai has just been a consistent threat. But again, some games a little bit further away from that final product. But it's always I'm going to be harsher on an attacking player because their success is measured by goals, and goals are harder to come by versus a defender or a midfielder. I can rate them as successful based on non-tangible things in the scoreline.
mm-hmm.
So, but good shout there all around. As the Blades now in the 68th minute have a 1-0 lead against Cardiff City. Cardiff having a little bit of a spell of possession here, trying to work the ball up the right-hand side. The cross comes in, and Chris Basham, who has brightened up the last few minutes, makes a good cleared header there. And now
it's really lifted the side. That goal has really lifted the side. I mean, we were the better side coming out of halftime. Then we got the goal, and we look, like, I don't want to say now we just kind of almost shut up shop in see out this 1-0 win. But I mean, I like the way the side's looking right now with
definitely
22 minutes left.
Yep. And certainly, not too many changes needed, but an insurance goal or two wouldn't be bad. As we see Kadra warming up along the sideline as Wes takes this free kick long. The ball does end up bouncing Cardiff's way until Nkuku kicks it out for a free kick, or a throw in rather.
It's funny. It's funny because, you hear like British commentators or anybody on a podcast and they pronounce the name so well, and then us, no, not any chance.
Yeah. And, you're obviously, we're not professionals at this, right? This is a fun thing we do. We like to chat with everybody here, have fun supporting the Blades. But if I was a professional, I'd probably do the research. I'd probably go to the Wikipedia page, get the phonetic pronunciation, do a little bit of etymology research, figure out where he's from, how do they normally say it? Yeah. Is it like Njai where you say Njai, or is it a di, and silent? So is it cuckoo or is it kunku? I can just guess. That's all I can do.
Here we go with language arts again. We're learning how to speak different languages.
So Cardiff City with the ball on the right-hand side. Blades doing well. Well, looked like they did well to win that ball back, but a foul was called about 12 yards outside of the box near the far touch line.
I mean, we got... I wouldn't say there's going to be, this is a double change for Cardiff coming here. White and Ojo coming on. But I was about to say, I really don't see too much added time right now because they're really, the goal, we've made a couple of changes. They've made a couple of changes. Other than that, there really hasn't been any injuries. So, I don't see us having too much added time at the end of this game.
Yep. So it looks like Ojo has come on for Nkuku, and waiting to see who Gavin White comes on for. It's going to be number 8, Rawls, who I have not said his name all game.
Yeah, Rawls. Yeah, he's been quiet.
Oh, they have another midfielder, Wintle and Sang. I haven't mentioned any of them.
Nope.
Which is a good thing. Let's keep it that way, Blades.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bypass the midfield.
Yep.
I should only be saying the keeper's name because he just got scored on. As Cardiff City takes a free kick, it meets the first man of the Blades defensive line, and Njai now making some good moves to get past Cardiff City, but the pass forward to Osborne, touch or two too heavy, and it rolls out for a throw in for Cardiff.
Yeah. And Dye tried to, we were almost off to the races there. But then Cardiff got back in numbers, and then Ndai had trouble handling the ball, and he gave possession away. But Cardiff come back down the right-hand side, and they're trying to put a cross in, but they can't. They just can't get the cross in. It's weird. They tried 2 or 3 times, and we locked them down. So, we're kind of stymieing their attack when they get into the final third.
Definitely. And even as they get the ball into the box, our defenders are a lot more confident, it seems, right now, clearing the ball. Clark, Egan, and Basham all have just done an amazing job with their clearances this second half. Nobody's looked rattled like we did see a little bit in the first half, and we've seen in some of the games so far this season. Everybody's just no nonsense, get the ball out, and let the other lads collect it up and clean it up. A long ball over the top now to Njai, who heads it round the Cardiff City defender, makes him spin a little bit here. As what a way to get introduced to the game. I think that was White maybe who was having to defend there. But here's Norwood, finds Billy Sharp with a decent pass. Billy takes a shot, and it's right at the chest of the keeper, but luckily hard enough that he has to palm it away, and it's out for a Blades throw in about 6 yards away from the corner flag.
What a through ball from Norwood, though, man. He threaded that ball basically on a string too sharp, and
Yeah,
call it what you like. I mean, but Billy, he had a good effort and made the keeper make a save.
absolutely. It was a good first touch. Got it some distance between himself and the defender to be able to take that shot on. And it was a tough enough shot. Maybe it's got a little bit of English on it,
Mhm.
ball moving, knuckling a little bit in the air, and the keeper, all he can do is palm it out. And yeah, if you can get a little bit more like that from Billy, then I think there's definitely some room for him to be effective in this match.
Yeah. Um, let's the chat row is clamoring for Cadra, so I hope we make the substitution and get him on. So chat row, we can see him run out for about 15 minutes. But I feel like that's all. That's honestly all he seems to get nowadays.
Yeah. And he was on the sideline warming up earlier. You could see him kind of running the steps down the sideline as West was taking one of those free kicks a little bit ago. But definitely interesting to see if Cadra, come the January transfer window, what his fate is, because obviously it was communicated that there is definitely some clause in the loan agreement that if there's a certain number of minutes or games played, that potentially the loan could turn permanent.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Hecky's not wanting to use him unless he absolutely needs to, so that way we're not stuck with a player.
Yeah.
I could see that being part of the reason. At the same time, I think another thing said that if we got promoted, then it would turn permanent. So
Yeah.
do you want to maybe force Brighton, or I think he's from Brighton, right?
Yeah.
Is that the parent
Mm-hmm.
club? Maybe force them to take him back before we get promoted because we don't want him permanently. Again, there might be some loan contract management tactics going on with Cadra,
Yeah. It's very
but
true.
honestly, I think he brings something different that none of our other players have in this side, and it's just a shame that it's not been as effective so far for us this season, because
Yeah.
I think he could be a real asset to us, just not been used as such.
Yeah. Um, I don't. I don't really. I don't know. I just have to see more of them. Is the biggest thing. Is if I see more of them, then I can make a fair assumption. The only thing I've seen him is the goal against Swansea and then the cameo appearances. I mean, he got whipped off in that game when he started a couple weeks ago in like 30 minutes. So he wasn't playing very well there. And it seems like if he comes off the bench, he's in a better role
Right.
than if he starts. But I wonder if that's with him being he's still young too, I think isn't he like 22, 24, something like that?
Yeah. He's pretty young. And yeah, Scott, just with the clarification, so it's just the promotion clause, so not the games played. So again, maybe there is a little bit of gamesmanship there with the contract, but clearly I think that he could bring something to the side. We just got to see more of him. And, the 10, 15-minute appearances here and there aren't really going to be enough to see all that Cadra can offer. As Cardiff did make another substitution there.
Rimamota?
Yeah.
Rinamota?
Andy Rhinum Hota.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
I'll just say Andy coming on for Sang in the midfield. As we are into the 78th minute, it has definitely slowed down. These Cardiff substitutions have taken a little bit of the momentum out of the game when it comes to both sides. Neither one really being able to take control of this match so far. But yeah, nice little throw in here. Baldock, Basham, and McAtee linking up nicely. Ball falls to Enda Stevens, who takes an odd touch that careens off a Cardiff City head, and now Cardiff City have a bit of a counterattack on, working down the right-hand side. Ball falls to Romeo, and I guess Enda Stevens clipped his heels and he is the recipient of the first yellow card.
I thought that was Baldock coming back. Was it Stevens?
Yeah, it was
I don't
Enda.
know. It looked weird to me. I thought it was Baldock. I was like, is that Baldock tracking back? No, it's Stevens. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's due a yellow card, and I think that's the first one of the game.
Yep. First yellow card of the game belongs to Enda Stevens. The free kick subsequent from this foul is maybe 2 or 3 feet off the far touch line, about a foot in front of the edge of the penalty area. For those trying to visualize at home, there are 2 Cardiff City players standing over the ball currently, and the Blades making their defensive line about in line with the penalty spot. Ref just running over, making sure everybody is playing fair. And whistle goes, hands go up, ball comes in and misses the first Blades defender, but looked like whoever that second player was got a real strong header to it. Not fully clear yet, but Clark does a great job. Ball finding McAtee in some space now. Has options.
Go on.
Osborne to his left,
Ooh!
does find him. Osborne
Oh!
shot. Keeper misses it. And Jai, he bungles it out behind for a goal kick.
The whiff.
That was the opportunity. That was the second goal right there.
That was to put him to bed. The whiff.
Yep, referee had played advantage. McAtee was kind of jumped on, but stayed upright. Found Osborne with a beautiful pass. Osborne was definitely being closed down, so he had to take the quick shot. Keeper is able to push it wide to this near side, and Ndai just not able to get a clean touch to it. If he does, he has the space and time, but that's in the back of the net, and it's 2-0 to the Blades. But instead, ball bounces under his foot, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Damn, that sucks. I see. This is what I brought up before. A bit off today. Eyes on the World Cup. It's a fair statement, but I don't think he started bright, and he's had a bit. He's kind of almost went to been missing in the second half. I mean, aside from that opportunity, but I don't know. I mean, if you were going to your first World Cup, I think my eyes would be set on that too, because that's you're on the world stage and you get to, feature in your side. Hopefully, that'd be a cool deal.
But I definitely don't think Ndai's been like a passenger. We've seen that in some of the games this year. He has like literally turned off and just coasted. Doesn't happen often, but it has happened. This one, he's been involved. It's just there's like one touch that's a little off, or right there, the shot not being cleanly taken. That's what we're seeing from Ndai right now. But he's definitely in this game, you can tell.
Yeah.
But maybe not 100% dialed on. As Cardiff City have won a corner kick here as we approach the 82nd minute. Their big lads coming forward now. A focus on number 23, Kipre. Like Callum Robinson, the frosty tops on the hair, but he has a pretty decent goatee.
So yeah, I know. Yeah.
I am a fan of that.
Weird
ball comes short out to Ojo, number 10, who is taking on Ben Osborne. Benno does a good job, gets a foot there, and the potential cross goes out for another corner. Ojo running over to the flag now. So we're into the 83rd minute in the second half.
This game's got it has the feel of it's taking forever. I feel like we should be in like the 88th minute, almost the end of the game, and we're only at, we're pretty close, but
yeah. Ball comes in now out to Kipre, and there is another corner kick on the far side this time. Looks like the ball went off of Chris Basham as he and number 27, Ruben Colwill, were jockeying for that one.
We just got to defend these. We just can't set pieces. They keep they're starting to pile up on Cardiff's side. We got to see them out here.
Yep. 2 hands in the air for Cardiff. Ball in. Back post. Kipre was unmarked, it looked like. I think Egan or whoever was closest to him didn't jump with him, but a foul had already been called.
Yeah, Baldock, like I think that was Baldock. Did he fall down?
Baldock slipped, and if that was
Yeah,
the foul that was called,
I was
he
gonna say, did they
got
call
away
a
with one
foul?
there.
Yeah, I think because Egan was beat like a drum when Kipray went up to for the header. Egan was miles behind him,
Yeah, and if
and
anything, Egan kind of pushed him as he jumped, but
yeah,
some foul was called somewhere, and I think it might have been Baldock who had literally inadvertently slipped
yeah,
from my appearance. So Blades get a little lucky there, but the header was going far over the post from Kipray, regardless.
yeah. Blades need to hold on here. About 5.5 minutes left of normal time, and then I'd probably say 4 or 5 added minutes of, so that we've got about 10 minutes left of this game left. Hopefully we can see it out because Cardiff are starting to have more of the ball now as this game winds down, which I don't like.
Right. Definitely. Last few minutes has been Cardiff on the front foot, 3 consecutive corners will do that to you. But they are now back in possession, finding the right pass. Callum Robinson turning and taking a shot right at the edge of the area. It was a pretty decent touch, but just enough pressure from the other Blades players that all you can do is put it right at Wes Fotheringham, who collects it cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, good save. I'm surprised Mr. Robinson's name hasn't showed up on the score sheet as active as he was in the first half. Had been kind of quiet, as
Definitely.
most of Cardiff City's side has been. Names have gone quiet.
Yep. And a long ball from Wes and Jai chesting it down to McAtee, who made a really good run. Ball ricochets off some Cardiff City players back to Njai, who now has it taken away. Norwood got it back to Cardiff. Now a little bit of head tennis right now, and it does fall for Callum Robinson and to Stevens trying to put him off. Can't. John Egan trying to put him off. Can't. It is still Callum Robinson.
Good tackle.
That looked dangerously close to not a good tackle, but no foul called there from either the referee or the assistant referee, who Callum Robinson is arguing profusely with on the sideline. Here's another look at it.
I
think we got away with another one there.
Yeah, and then such a ticky tack foul for us to get a free kick.
Yep.
Not what 30 feet away.
Yeah, Billy Sharp knows how to work it.
Yeah, he knows how to work the ref and get the little cheeky fouls. But yeah, I think Egan got away with one there, and we go on.
Yep. So ref indicating that we need to kick this ball and stop wasting time. The hand gesture is getting a little bit more affirmative, and the ball, just bouncing around a little bit more.
With us in the, with the lead, 3 and some change left in normal time. I hope we, I don't like when the opposing teams do it, and I hope we don't do it where we start winding the clock down and running the corner flag. We don't need to do that. Just play the game out and let's see what the result ends up.
Yep. And a cross coming in, but Ojo's header is right at Wes. He had the whole goal to aim at, unmarked, nobody near him. And that cross was coming from NG. I don't know how to say his last name.
Yes, Perry NG. Yes, I know that name.
But yeah, right at Wes. But
really. he was completely unmarked too.
Yep. Should have been a little bit more dangerous there. Probably could have been a goal.
Oh, here we go. This sub kind of really doesn't make any sense, but
Njai for Kadra, excuse me. Illiman having a pretty decent run out on this match.
He didn't get hurt. Go off to the World Cup and get your price tag up to 100 million. So when you come back to the Blades, we can make 100 million off you in the summer. Because that's going to happen.
I know that's the only positive that could happen from.
Yes, please don't go and get hurt.
Sale. Yeah. So Rita Kadra now on the field. Holy cow, that man has pace. Running all around, and Scott asking the tough question: why? Why Kadra? Why now?
It's almost like this was a substitute to waste time.
Right, a little bit of time wasting. We had one more substitution opportunity. I would also argue that Kadra, with his pace, can affect the game. You can lump it forward, like literally clear it without having to think about it, and he has a chance of getting on the end of it. And like you didn't want to see, running the ball maybe into the corner and taking this clock down to 0.
Yeah, it's yeah, we are wasting time like crazy, and I'm not a fan of it, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But it's just, yeah, it took about almost a minute for them to take that free kick after
Yep.
McAtee got awarded it.
So just into the 89th minute now, ball has fallen to Ben Osborne, who passes it back to Kieran Clark. Out wide to Enda Stevens. Nice chested ball. Trying to find the right pass here. Taking his time on the edge of the area. Ends up running towards the end line. He's pretty close here. And I think the ball, does take a touch out. And the deflection forces the corner to Sheffield United.
That's one thing right there. It almost looks like it was a similar run to the Baldock goal.
Absolutely.
He made a similar run, and they just didn't pick him up, and they just didn't force him out, and they let him run. I don't know. That's a weird setup. Weird way to defend that, to let him get so much space, and he was right next to the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm. So Bash, Egan, probably Clark up here to try to get on the end of this corner, and ball comes in. Keeper collects it second time, we'll say. Nice little hits the ball in the air, bounces up like a foot, and then he catches it again.
Almost like a volleyball.
Yeah. Cardiff now on it, running up the middle to the left-hand side. The pass does go a little too far for Ojo to get on the end of, and it is out for a Blades goal kick. I did not see how many minutes of stoppage.
I was about to ask that as well. I didn't see it.
Yeah, they didn't show the sign.
Yeah, it's yeah, they didn't show the sign, which is weird. Blades fan waving away at the waving goodbye to the Cardiff fans that are heading for the exits.
Maybe 4 minutes.
4? Okay, I'll be
from Mr. LJ. As the Blades trying to collect this ball, McAtee gets it, but a foul was called against probably Rita Kadra. Yeah, and I agree with Scott. I don't know if there's 4 minutes in this match. A couple substitutions, in
the goal. I mean,
yeah, but a goal adds maybe 30 seconds, I think, is the math. So where the other 3.5 comes from, I'm not sure. I've been at matches where, 12 minutes of stoppage time, and you knew exactly where each of those 12 minutes came from. Probably could have been 15. But this one, not so much.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but we'll play it out. Hopefully we can see it out, because we're about halfway through that 4 minutes.
Yep. And Cardiff with a cross that comes off of Baldock's backside. So it's going to be a corner kick to Cardiff City again. We are just hitting the second minute of end of the second minute of stoppage time. So 2 minutes remaining. And
the keeper's up. Oh man, they're bringing the keeper up. Oh yeah.
Yep. And ref just pausing a few seconds here to make sure that everybody is playing nice, staying on their feet, not doing anything wrong.
Billy sharp marking the keeper.
Yep. Billy's on him.
Go.
All stop, and great job there. I think it was Kieran Clark or no,
the
John
Egan.
Still up.
The goal's still up. The goalie's still up. Come on.
Oh, just somebody get the ball. If Baldock was able to collect that, he could have shot long. Kadra trying to come in on Ojo there, a little ways outside the box. Now Cardiff City still with the pressure, and they're working their way out to the left-hand side with our friend, your friend, Romeo. He does get the ball. No. He crosses it in. It's a low along the floor, and the shot is wide. Ojo has had so many opportunities the last 10 minutes and cannot put any of them away. Wow.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's good. I think we had it. I think we had it covered. Oh,
yeah, definitely.
100%. So I don't think he was going to score, but it just
tried to side foot past that right along the along the floor, but was a foot or two wide of the net there.
This is true. It's a no-go for Ojo. I like that one, Jack. I like little puns. They need to bring the keeper up now. I just would like to see the guy in green just run it. He's at the top of the pitch. They're down 1-0, and then we get like an empty netter. I'd love to see that. That'd be cool.
If Baldock could have collected that one ball after that corner when the
Mhm.
keeper was about even with his shoulder, he takes a long shot there. You get it on target, or even get it up to Kadra, because the keeper can't beat Kadra in a foot race.
Yep.
And the ref looks at his watch, blows the whistle. The hands go up. It is full time.
Yay!
Final score: Sheffield United 1, Cardiff City 0. 3 points before the international break. Didn't feel like we were going to get that at times in that match, but we do have it.
I mean, it was a boring first half, if I had to sum it up, and then we came out like gangbusters in the second half and got it done. Got the goal out of nothing. Really out of nothing. And take the 3 points and see the boys off into the international break as it sets up.
Yeah.
We're sitting top of the table with the big one tomorrow. We're on 38 points, and Burnley and Blackburn play at lunchtime tomorrow. A draw sees Burnley go top and brings Blackburn within a point of us. So at worst, we go second going into this break, and I'm okay with that.
Definitely.
Norwich lost, which helps us. Yeah, but it's still all tight. It is, as of right now, there's 8 points between us, top of the table, and Luton in 10th on 30. And it's even closer there. I mean, Luton with 30, there's all the way down to the bottom of the table. Wigan have 21. So there's 9 points that separate 10th to 23rd, in Huddersfield are adrift a little bit on 19 points. But, man, your thoughts on the game, Captain Casa, after you come in out of the bullpen to earn the save, and your record goes to 1-0, and we'll put it down as a save as well, so you have 1 save on the season.
Well, I appreciate that, although I want the win because we were, level when I joined, and then we got the goal afterwards. No, it was a different type of game, obviously, than we have seen for a lot of this season. As we those who are still watching have the Blades players applauding the corner of Sheffield United fans, their one Senegal flag flying high in the mass of people. But yeah, it was a gutsy performance in the second half. Really turned it on, and the goal from Baldock was a little bit out of nowhere. Some good pressure from McAtee, getting the ball on the edge of the area. A pretty decent challenge to get it away from him, but Baldock out of nowhere, running in, nicking the ball off of the defender there, and taking it home in an amazing finish to slot it right between the post and the keeper. Just really good stuff. Definitely some concerns about the injuries with Jack Robinson going down. Definitely concerns about the first half performance, and that's now a couple first halves where we haven't been good this season. But as we saw last year, this team can come out of a halftime and put on a display and can win games in the second half alone. We did that a lot last year. We did it at Burnley this year. We just did it again today. I'm not concerned now going into halftime if we're level and even if we're down a goal. This team has showed now that we can still do that. We still have that kind of magic left in the tank, even with the depleted side. McAtee, I think, had an amazing second half. Like, that was a great substitute performance for him. I loved what I saw from McAtee. There were definitely some concerns early on about would his physicality or lack thereof affect and matter in this game. And instead, what we saw was a really decent display, led to creating that goal, even if he doesn't technically have the assist on the score sheet. But he created so many opportunities. I really, really like James McAtee today. That was
Yeah.
a good performance, and I hope he can continue that run of form after the World Cup break. But yeah, it's just a couple of my thoughts on this
Yeah.
match.
I mean, yeah, you pretty much summed it up. Where, we look good, give us, I think I said at the beginning of the stream, I think we have about 28 days until our next game. So go and get healthy and, bring the boys back into the side, and then the real season starts. But I'm going to miss the Blades now. What am I going to do for the next 28 days? I mean,
I mean,
college football started to wind down.
yeah, but I mean, Georgia's doing well. They're number one in
Yeah,
the country.
yeah,
So you say wind down, it's only
yeah,
getting more exciting for them.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
you have the actual World Cup.
Yeah,
The exciting, the match I'm looking forward to the most. I'm not saying that we're going to win, but United States of America versus England, day after Thanksgiving here in the States, Black Friday. That is going to be on in my house, and
yep,
nothing else will be happening.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
going to be an exciting day. Expecting to lose, but hoping for a draw or a win. Just get a few points in the group stage. I think England and the U.S. probably should be the 1-2 out of that group.
yeah,
Iran, I don't think, can challenge anybody too much, and Wales is the kind of the underdog there, but they do have some good players. Gareth Bale winning the MLS Cup. Gareth Bale,
yeah,
so he knows how to play against American players. So who knows? Who
yeah.
knows?
Should be interesting, and so yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Wrapping up for the next 28 days. Me and Noah, if he gets his computer issues straightened away, will be back to do the Huddersfield game. If not, it'll be, if Captain Costa is available, it will be me and him, but we will be back in 28 days. Take some time to rest and recharge the batteries and get ready for the actual season that starts on I believe it's our first game back is the 10th of December. So yeah, then we can, go on to the thick of the actual season starting, in my opinion, and see where the Blades end up. But for me and Captain Costa, we will see you guys on the flip flop later, and talk to you guys after the World Cup. Up the Blades.
Up the Blades.